Before the night fully arrives, nature begins to slow its breathing. This change is gentle and almost unnoticeable at first. It does not announce itself with sound or movement. Instead, it spreads quietly across the world, like a soft hand lowering the volume of everything it touches. Light fades gradually, colors deepen, and the sharp edges of the day begin to soften. The sun slips below the horizon, and the warmth it left behind lingers briefly in the land. Soil, leaves, water, and stone release this stored heat slowly, as if exhaling after a long effort. The air cools evenly, becoming heavier and calmer. Wind that once moved freely now drifts with intention, choosing gentle paths instead of rushing forward. Across forests, oceans, mountains, and plains, the same transition begins. Nature does not fall asleep suddenly. It prepares. Every system responds to the approaching night in its own way, guided by rhythms older than memory. The world does not stop moving, it simply moves less. In the jungle, the change is subtle but deep. The loud, restless sounds of daylight slowly fade. Calls soften, movements slow, and the air fills with moisture rising from the forest floor. Leaves that shimmered under the sun now absorb darkness and moonlight, holding still as if listening. The jungle begins to breathe more slowly. Animals sense this shift instinctively. Birds return to familiar branches, folding their wings close and settling into warmth. Larger animals reduce their movement, choosing safety and familiarity over exploration. Smaller creatures retreat into roots, leaves, and earth, trusting the night to protect them. There is no fear in this movement, only understanding. Far from the jungle, the oceans respond as well. Waves stretch farther apart, their motion smoothing into long, unbroken rhythms. The surface of the sea darkens, reflecting the deepening sky. Currents adjust gently beneath, guided by temperature and gravity rather than force. The ocean exhales. Above everything, the sky transforms slowly. Blue deepens into darker shades, and the first stars appear one by one. The moon rises without sound, its light calm and balanced, touching land and water equally. Nothing glows too brightly. Nothing demands attention. Mountains release the warmth they gathered during the day. Stone cools slowly, preventing sudden shifts. Ice holds firm on shaded slopes. Wind curves gently around peaks and through valleys, careful not to disturb the balance. Even landscapes shaped by fire and pressure respond peacefully to the night. Deep beneath the surface, the earth continues its steady pulse. Heat moves upward slowly, controlled and consistent. Fire rests beneath layers of stone, supporting the world above without interruption. This hidden energy does not disturb the night. It sustains it. As the planet turns, darkness spreads evenly. Cities may glow, but beyond them, the natural world lowers its voice. Plants slow their internal processes. Animals settle. Water smooths its movement. Air becomes still. Nature begins its long, steady breath. This story is not about silence alone. It is about rhythm, about how the earth guides itself into rest without instruction. No signal is given. No command is spoken. Every system knows when to soften, when to slow, when to breathe out. As this journey begins, allow your own thoughts to follow the same path. There is nothing you need to hold on to. Like the world around you, you are allowed to settle gently. The night has only just begun, and nature will guide the rest. As the night settles more deeply, the jungle becomes a place of quiet awareness. The air grows cooler and heavier, carrying moisture that clings gently to leaves and bark. The warmth of the day continues to fade, released slowly from the ground and trees, creating a soft balance between cool and calm. Nothing changes suddenly here. Everything transitions with patience. Tall trees stand close together, their canopies forming a living roof that filters moonlight into soft patterns below. During the day, these leaves shifted constantly, chasing light and air. Now they rest, holding still as if conserving energy. The forest breathes inward, slowing its rhythm in harmony with the night. Sounds within the jungle transform rather than disappear. Sharp calls retreat, replaced by gentle, repeating tones. Insects begin their steady nighttime chorus, not loud or chaotic, but consistent and soothing. Their combined sound feels like a quiet hum, reminding the forest that life continues even as movement slows. Animals adjust instinctively. Birds settle deeper into branches, feathers puffed slightly to preserve warmth. Their breathing becomes slow and even. Mammals that traveled through the jungle during daylight now choose stillness, guided by familiarity and memory rather than urgency. Paths that were busy hours ago now rest in silence. On the forest floor, fallen leaves release the last traces of heat they gathered during the day. Moisture gathers quietly, forming dew that settles along edges and veins. The ground cools evenly, protected by layers of organic matter that soften temperature changes. Beneath this surface, roots remain active, exchanging water and nutrients quietly, unseen yet essential. The jungle breathes in gentle cycles. As air cools, it sinks slowly toward the ground, drawing fresher air from above. This movement is subtle and nearly invisible, yet it refreshes the forest continuously. Wind participates carefully, slipping between trunks and vines without force, careful not to disturb resting life. Some creatures awaken as others rest. Nocturnal animals move slowly along familiar paths, pausing often, listening more than looking. Their movements are deliberate and economical, conserving energy. Night offers no reward for speed. It rewards awareness and patience. Above the canopy, the sky deepens further. Stars shine more clearly now, their light reaching the forest in faint fragments. The moon's glow touches treetops and fades gently before reaching the ground. Light here never startles. It reassures. The jungle's internal rhythm adjusts fully. Processes slow, but they do not stop. Plants continue releasing moisture. Soil organisms continue their quiet work. Energy flows from one system to another without disruption. Rest here does not mean absence. It means balance. Far beyond the jungle, rivers carry water toward the sea with the same patience. They move quietly beneath roots and over smooth stone, reflecting small pieces of starlight where the canopy opens. Their flow is steady and unbroken, guided by gravity rather than force. As you imagine this jungle at night, allow its rhythm to influence your own. There is no need to focus sharply. Let details soften. Let sounds blend together. The forest does not demand attention. It offers permission to slow. The earth continues to turn, carrying this resting jungle into deeper darkness. Temperature stabilizes. Sound fades further. Movement becomes minimal. The forest breathes slowly now, aligned fully with the night. This quiet prepares the way for other landscapes to follow. Beyond the trees, open land, water, ice, and stone respond to the same rhythm. The breath of nature moves across the planet, guiding every system gently toward deeper rest. Beyond the jungle, the land begins to open, and the breath of nature flows outward toward wide rivers and distant seas. Here, the night feels broader and slower, as if space itself has expanded. The air is cooler, smoother, carrying the calm gathered from forests into open water and sky. Nothing interrupts this movement. It unfolds gently without effort. Rivers widen as they leave the shelter of dense trees. Their surfaces darken, reflecting the night sky in broken patterns of moonlight and shadow. Water no longer rushes. It glides patiently along curves shaped over long periods of time. Each bend feels familiar, as if the river remembers every step of its journey. Moonlight touches the surface lightly, forming thin, trembling lines that appear and disappear with subtle motion. These reflections do not stay long. They rise, soften, and fade, mirroring the slow breathing of the water itself. The river exhales, releasing the energy of the day and accepting the calm of the night. As rivers approach the sea, their rhythm changes again. Movement becomes broader, less defined. The sound of flowing water softens, blending into the wider presence of the ocean ahead. The transition from river to sea is seamless, guided by gravity and balance rather than force. The ocean at night feels endless. Not because it moves more, but because it moves less. Waves stretch farther apart, rising and falling in long, unbroken motions. Each wave completes its journey fully before the next begins, creating a rhythm that feels deeply reassuring. The sea breathes slowly, steadily, without interruption. The surface of the ocean darkens as the sky deepens. Stars reflect faintly across the water, scattered and gentle. The moon rests higher now, its glow spreading evenly across the sea, never sharp, never overwhelming. Light dissolves easily here, absorbed by the vastness of the water. Wind travels differently over the ocean. It glides rather than presses, brushing the surface lightly and creating soft ripples that fade almost immediately. The sound it carries is low and continuous, more like a distant breath than a voice. Even the wind seems to understand the importance of quiet. Beneath the surface, the ocean remains alive with calm movement. Fish drift through darker layers, conserving energy, guided by temperature and pressure rather than sight. Larger creatures move slowly, effortlessly, trusting the steady rhythm of the water. Nothing here moves without purpose, yet nothing feels urgent. Far from shore, the horizon becomes difficult to define. Sea and sky blend together into a single, quiet expanse. Direction feels less important here. Presence takes its place. The ocean teaches that calm does not require boundaries. It exists fully in openness. Along distant coastlines, waves meet land gently. Water touches sand and stone, pauses briefly, then retreats slowly, leaving behind a thin sheen that fades into the night air. This repeated motion smooths the shore over time, not through strength, but through patience. Cool air drifts from distant lands, lowering the temperature of the surface water. The sea responds by releasing stored warmth upward into the sky. This exchange happens silently, like a long, controlled exhale. Surface water cools and sinks, replaced by warmer layers rising from below. Balance remains unbroken. As you imagine this night ocean, allow your own breathing to follow its rhythm. Inhale slowly as the wave rises. Exhale gently as it falls. There is no need to count or control. The ocean already knows the pace. The earth continues its steady rotation, carrying oceans and rivers through deeper darkness. Tides respond to distant forces, rising and falling gradually. These movements are ancient and reliable, never hurried, never late. They continue without awareness, guided by balance alone. The breath of nature flows onward from open water toward colder regions, where the sea will begin to slow even further. Ahead, ice and silence wait patiently. The night continues its journey across the planet, guiding every system gently toward deeper rest. As the night breath moves farther from open waters, the air cools more deeply, guiding the sea toward stillness. The surface grows smoother, darker, and quieter, as if the ocean itself is learning how to rest. Movement does not disappear, but it becomes subtle and controlled, shaped by balance rather than energy. The night encourages the water to slow without resistance. Cold air drifts steadily across the sea, lowering the surface temperature little by little. The ocean responds patiently, releasing the warmth it gathered during the day. This exchange feels like a calm, extended exhale, rising gently into the sky. The water grows heavier near the surface and sinks slowly, while deeper layers rise to replace it. The sea breathes in wide, even cycles. The sound of waves softens further. Their edges blur, and their motion becomes restrained, almost meditative. Moonlight stretches faintly across the surface, breaking into scattered reflections that shimmer briefly before dissolving again. Nothing here holds onto brightness. Everything releases easily. Wind glides across the water with care, following invisible paths shaped by temperature and pressure. It does not push or disturb. It simply passes, carrying quiet forward. The sound it creates is low and distant, barely separating itself from silence. Gradually, along sheltered edges of the sea, thin layers of ice begin to form. They appear slowly, without announcement, as if the water itself has chosen to pause. These first sheets are delicate and flexible, shifting gently with the motion beneath. Ice does not silence the ocean. It softens it, guiding movement into quieter forms. Beneath this forming ice, water continues its steady flow. Currents remain active, guiding life deeper into warmer layers where balance remains stable. Fish and other creatures adjust instinctively, slowing their movement, conserving energy, trusting rhythms that have carried them through countless nights and seasons. Above the freezing surface, the sky feels wider and clearer. Stars shine with steady intensity, unfiltered by moisture. Their reflections scatter faintly across icy patches, appearing briefly before fading. The moon's glow rests gently near the horizon, illuminating without waking. The breath of nature deepens here. Motion exists, but it is minimal and deliberate. Ice adjusts softly. Water flows quietly below. Wind passes overhead without resistance. Every element understands its role, maintaining harmony without effort. Farther inland, the land begins to rise again. Snow settles across flat expanses and low slopes, smoothing textures and absorbing sound. The Earth's surface grows quieter with each passing moment, wrapped in layers of calm. Even the air feels heavier, encouraging stillness. Rivers feeding into these colder seas slow beneath thin ice. Water continues its journey below, guided by gentle slopes and gravity. Ice thickens carefully along the edges, forming a protective cover that reduces sound and movement. The river breathes quietly, adapting its rhythm without struggle. As you imagine this transition from open sea to frozen water, allow your thoughts to slow with it. There is no need to follow every change. Let stillness carry you. The environment does not demand understanding. It offers calm. The Earth continues its steady turn, guiding cold, water, and air into balance. Fire remains deep below the surface, releasing warmth slowly and evenly. Ice above reflects cold back into the sky. Between them, stability holds firm. The night grows heavier with quiet. Sound fades further. Motion becomes rare. Nature's breath settles into a long, steady rhythm that stretches across water and land alike. Ahead, mountains begin to rise where ice and stone meet. Wind traces their slopes gently, and snow settles into valleys without sound. The calm continues upward and outward, guiding the planet toward even deeper rest. As the night breath rises from the quiet sea toward higher land, mountains slowly emerge from the darkness. Their shapes are softened by snow and shadow, standing calm and patient beneath the wide night sky. These mountains do not feel distant or overwhelming. They feel steady, grounded, and deeply at rest, shaped by time rather than motion. During the day, mountains collect warmth across their surfaces, absorbing sunlight into stone and soil. At night, they release this warmth slowly, allowing the air to cool evenly around them. This gentle release prevents sudden change, maintaining balance across slopes and valleys. The mountain exhales, steady and controlled, without sound. Snow settles across ridges and peaks, filling cracks and smoothing rough edges. Each layer lands quietly, adding weight that encourages stillness. Sharp lines soften. Contrast fades. The mountains appear calmer, wrapped in a protective layer that absorbs movement and sound alike. Wind approaches these heights carefully. As it rises along slopes, it cools and slows, losing strength until it becomes a soft glide. It curves gently around peaks and flows into valleys without force. The sound it creates is low and continuous, a quiet whisper that blends into the silence rather than breaking it. Animals adapted to these regions respond instinctively to the night's calm. Mountain goats pause on familiar ledges, conserving warmth and energy. Smaller creatures retreat into crevices and beneath snow, where the earth offers faint warmth and protection. Birds settle into sheltered spaces among rocks and trees, trusting the stability of the land. Above the peaks, the sky feels closer and clearer. Stars shine steadily, untouched by cloud or haze. Their light reflects softly across snow-covered slopes, never sharp, never harsh. The moon traces a slow arc overhead, its glow gentle and balanced, guiding the landscape without waking it. Deep within the mountains, fire rests. Heat flows slowly upward through layers of stone, controlled and consistent. This hidden warmth maintains stability, preventing extreme cold from penetrating too deeply. Fire does not challenge ice here. It supports it quietly, unseen and patient. The contrast between cold air and warmer stone creates subtle movement. Air rises faintly from warmer surfaces, drawing cooler air downward in response. This exchange happens continuously, without sound or disturbance. The mountain breathes, maintaining its internal rhythm without interruption. As the night deepens, snow settles more firmly. Sound becomes softer, more distant. The weight of snow presses gently against rock, stabilizing loose surfaces and reducing motion. The environment feels held, supported by layers of calm. Farther along the range, darker shapes appear. These are mountains shaped by ancient fire, formed long ago by molten stone. At night, they feel calm rather than powerful. Their surfaces cool slowly, releasing warmth evenly into the surrounding air. Any energy beneath remains contained, steady, and controlled. Wind adjusts its path around these shapes, responding to subtle differences in temperature and elevation. It lifts gently where stone is warmer, settles where surface is cool. Movement remains smooth and predictable, guided by balance rather than force. As you imagine these mountains beneath the night sky, allow their steadiness to influence you. They do not hurry. They do not react. They remain present, holding their form without effort. Like them, you are allowed to be still without tension. The Earth continues its slow rotation, carrying these peaks through the quiet hours of night. Cold settles evenly. Heat flows quietly. Wind traces careful paths. Every system remains aligned, guided by rhythms older than memory. Beyond these mountains, forests wait again, shaped by wind and protected by stone. Snow begins to fall more steadily there, and trees respond gently to the cooling air. The breath of nature continues its journey, moving from ice to stone, from fire to forest, guiding the world deeper into rest. As the breath of nature flows down from the mountains, it enters wide forests shaped by years of wind, snow, and steady growth. These forests feel calmer at night, less defined by detail and more by rhythm. Tree trunks stand like quiet pillars, holding darkness gently between them. The forest does not fall asleep suddenly. It settles gradually, listening for the moment when stillness feels complete. Wind moves carefully through the trees, guided by branches and leaves. It does not rush. It threads itself between trunks, lifting slightly where the canopy opens, then softening again near the ground. The sound it creates is subtle, a low whisper that blends into the silence. Each movement fades quickly, leaving behind calm rather than disturbance. Leaves respond gently to the cooling air. They release the last warmth of the day and grow heavier with moisture. Dew gathers quietly along their edges, adding weight that encourages stillness. Branches hold their shape without effort, bending only when necessary, then returning to rest. Animals within the forest adjust instinctively. Birds remain tucked into branches, feathers fluffed to preserve warmth. Their breathing slows, steady and even. Small mammals retreat beneath roots, fallen logs, and snow, trusting the forest floor to shelter them. Larger animals pause their movement, choosing familiar spaces where sound and scent feel safe. The forest floor absorbs sound. Layers of leaves, soil, and snow soften footsteps and movement until silence feels natural rather than empty. Beneath the surface, roots remain connected, exchanging water and nutrients slowly. Microorganisms continue their quiet work, breaking down fallen matter and returning it gently to the earth. As the night deepens, snow begins to fall more steadily. Each flake drifts downward without urgency, guided by gentle air currents shaped by the trees themselves. Snow settles on branches and ground, smoothing textures and absorbing sound. The forest becomes simpler, quieter, easier to rest within. Wind above the canopy changes direction slightly, flowing over treetops rather than through them. This creates a protected space below where air remains calm and temperature stabilizes. Inside this shelter, the forest breathes slowly, conserving energy and holding balance. Above the trees, the sky feels wide and open. Stars shine steadily, their light reaching the forest in faint fragments. The moon's glow filters softly through branches, touching snow-covered surfaces briefly before fading into shadow. Light here never startles. It comforts. Clearings within the forest reflect moonlight more clearly. Snow-covered ground glows softly, creating pockets of gentle brightness surrounded by deeper darkness. These spaces feel calm and safe, shaped by balance rather than contrast. Rivers running through the forest slow beneath thin layers of ice. Water continues to move quietly below, guided by gentle slopes and smooth stone. Ice forms carefully along edges, thickening without sound. The river breathes too, adapting its rhythm to the stillness around it. As you imagine this forest breathing under snow and moonlight, allow your own breathing to follow its pace. Slow and even. Unforced. There is nothing you need to focus on. The forest does not demand attention. It offers permission to let go. The earth continues its steady turn, carrying these forests through deeper darkness. Temperature evens out. Wind softens. Sound fades further. The forest settles into one of its deepest states of rest. Beyond these trees, the land opens again toward plains and wide skies. Wind will move more freely there, carrying the breath of night onward. The story of nature's breathing continues, guiding every landscape gently toward stillness. As the forest slowly loosens its embrace, the land opens into wide plains where trees grow farther apart and the sky feels closer. Here, the breath of nature moves with more freedom, carried gently by open air and soft wind. The transition feels smooth and unhurried, as if the earth itself is careful not to disturb the rest it has already created. Grasslands stretch quietly beneath the night sky, their surfaces softened by thin layers of frost and snow. Each blade of grass bends slightly under the cold, then holds still once balance is found. Wind glides across these open spaces in long, even paths, touching the land lightly without pressing against it. The sound it creates is low and rhythmic, like a distant hush that never fully fades. Animals that live in these open lands respond naturally to the night's calm. Herds slow their movement and gather closer together, sharing warmth and stillness. Smaller creatures retreat into shallow burrows beneath the ground, trusting the earth to hold steady above them. Movement here is rare and deliberate, guided by instinct rather than alertness. The sky above the plains feels vast and uninterrupted. Without the canopy of trees, stars shine more clearly, scattered evenly across the darkness. The moon spreads its glow gently across the land, revealing subtle curves and textures in the snow. Shadows stretch long and soft, never sharp, never demanding attention. As temperature continues to settle, cool air sinks closer to the ground while slightly warmer air drifts upward and away. This slow exchange happens quietly, refreshing the landscape without disturbance. The plains breathe in wide, steady cycles, responding to the night with calm acceptance. Rivers crossing these open lands slow beneath thin layers of ice. Water continues its journey silently below, guided by shallow slopes and familiar curves. Ice forms carefully along the edges, thickening without sound. The river does not resist the cold. It adapts, adjusting its rhythm to match the stillness around it. Snow drifts lightly across the plains, guided by the open wind. Each flake falls without sound, adding softness and weight that further quiets the land. Tracks left earlier in the day fade gradually, erased by patience rather than force. The earth smooths itself gently. In the distance, low hills rise against the horizon, their shapes softened by darkness and snow. Wind traces their slopes carefully, lifting slightly and then settling again. These hills hold warmth briefly, releasing it slowly into the night air, maintaining balance across the open land. Sound becomes rare here. There are no dense leaves to rustle, no branches to creak. Silence stretches farther, deeper, yet it feels full rather than empty. The plains hold stillness comfortably, offering space instead of isolation. As you imagine standing beneath this wide night sky, allow your thoughts to expand and then soften. There is nothing to focus on sharply. The openness invites ease. Breathing slows naturally, guided by the steady rhythm of wind and the gentle cooling of the air. The earth continues its steady rotation, carrying these plains through the heart of the night. Temperature stabilizes. Wind settles into predictable paths. Snow continues to fall lightly, absorbing the last traces of sound. Beyond these open lands, water waits again. Lakes and distant seas reflect the same stars, breathing at the same slow pace. The journey continues, moving gently from openness back toward reflection, guiding nature and mind alike toward deeper rest. As the open plains slowly fade into the distance, the breath of nature guides us toward quiet lakes and slow-moving rivers resting beneath the night sky. Here, the world feels reflective, as if every surface has learned how to listen. Water gathers the calm of the land and holds it gently, allowing the night to deepen without interruption. Lakes lie still, their surfaces dark and smooth, reflecting the stars above in soft, broken patterns. Moonlight touches the water lightly, forming silver paths that drift and dissolve with the smallest movement. Nothing ripples without reason. The lake breathes slowly, expanding and settling in long, unhurried cycles. Wind approaches these waters with care. It glides just above the surface, creating faint tremors that disappear almost immediately. The sound is barely present, a soft hush that blends perfectly into the silence. Water accepts the touch and then returns to stillness, as if nothing passed at all. Along the shores, reeds and grasses stand motionless, dusted with frost and thin layers of snow. They bend only when necessary, holding their shape against the cooling air. Their shadows stretch gently across frozen ground, adding depth without contrast. The shoreline feels calm and protected, shaped by repetition rather than force. Beneath the surface of the lake, life continues quietly. Fish drift slowly through deeper layers, conserving energy, guided by temperature rather than sight. Plants rooted below sway gently in faint currents, their movement almost imperceptible. Even here, motion exists, but it is careful and controlled. Rivers feeding into these lakes move with the same patience. Their flow slows beneath thin ice, water sliding silently below frozen surfaces. Ice forms gradually along the edges, thickening without sound. The river adapts without resistance, adjusting its rhythm to the stillness around it. Above the water, the sky feels endless. Stars shine steadily, their reflections appearing briefly before fading again. The moon's glow remains soft and balanced, illuminating without waking. Clouds drift slowly, diffusing light and shadow into gentle gradients that relax the eye. Cold settles evenly across the landscape. Temperature differences smooth out, reducing movement further. Air grows heavier and calmer, encouraging stillness in everything it touches. The breath of nature slows into one of its deepest rhythms so far. Sound nearly disappears here. Water absorbs it. Snow muffles it. Wind carries it away gently. Silence becomes complete, not empty, but full of quiet presence. The environment feels held, as if wrapped in layers of calm. As you imagine these quiet waters under the night sky, allow your thoughts to mirror their stillness. There is no need to follow reflections or count stars. Let your awareness soften. The lake does not ask to be watched. It invites rest. The earth continues its steady turn, carrying these waters through the night with precision and care. Gravity holds them in place. Temperature guides their movement. Balance remains unbroken. Beyond these lakes, colder regions wait patiently, where ice becomes more dominant and the breath of nature grows even slower. The journey continues gently forward, leading deeper into silence and rest. As the night grows deeper, the breath of nature carries us away from open water and into colder regions where silence feels heavier and more complete. The air here is crisp and still, settling gently over wide stretches of frozen land. Snow lies undisturbed, reflecting faint moonlight back into the sky and softening every shape it touches. Cold spreads evenly across the surface, never arriving suddenly. It moves with patience, smoothing temperature differences until everything feels balanced and steady. The land no longer reacts. It accepts. Snow blankets fields and hills in uninterrupted layers, absorbing sound and motion until even the idea of disturbance feels distant. Wind behaves differently in this frozen space. With fewer obstacles to guide it, air flows in long, gentle paths across the snow. It does not rush or swirl. It glides slowly, barely lifting loose crystals before letting them fall again. The sound it carries is faint and distant, like a breath remembered rather than heard. Ice forms confidently here. Rivers lie quiet beneath thick frozen surfaces, their movement hidden but unbroken. Water continues to flow below, guided by gravity and warmth rising from deeper layers of the earth. Ice does not stop life. It protects it, allowing motion to continue without sound. Animals adapted to this cold landscape respond instinctively. Movement becomes minimal and deliberate. Creatures conserve energy, resting deeply or moving only when necessary. Many sleep fully, trusting the stability of their surroundings. Those that remain awake move slowly, pausing often, guided by awareness rather than urgency. Above, the sky feels vast and clear. Stars shine sharply in the cold air, their light steady and unchanged. The moon rests high, its glow pale and even, illuminating snow and ice without glare. Light here does not compete with darkness. It complements it. The breath of nature slows further. Air cools and settles. Movement becomes rare. Everything has found its place within the night's rhythm. Balance feels complete, unchallenged by change or sound. Far beneath the frozen surface, the Earth's inner warmth continues its quiet journey upward. This hidden heat prevents the surface from becoming too rigid, maintaining stability across the land. Fire rests unseen, patient and controlled, supporting life without demanding attention. Time feels different here. Moments stretch gently, blending into one another without edges. Silence does not feel empty. It feels full, supportive and protective, as if the land itself is holding the night carefully. As you imagine this frozen world, allow your own thoughts to slow in response. There is nothing to solve, nothing to follow. The simplicity of the landscape invites ease. Breathing becomes steady and unforced, guided by the calm around you. The Earth continues its rotation, carrying this quiet land through the deepest part of night. Everything remains aligned, guided by rhythms older than memory. The breath of nature reaches one of its slowest, most peaceful states. Beyond this stillness, warmth will return in time, but for now, the night holds everything gently. The journey continues onward, toward places where stone and fire rest quietly beneath snow and ice, waiting without urgency. Beyond the frozen lands, the night stretches toward distant mountains where stone and ice meet in quiet harmony. Peaks rise slowly into the sky, their forms softened by snow and shadow. Each slope, each ridge, seems to hold its weight with patience, allowing the wind to pass without resistance. The mountains breathe with a quiet dignity, their presence steady and reassuring. Snow gathers along edges and crevices, smoothing rough surfaces and muffling movement. Layers accumulate gently, absorbing sound and light alike. Every flake contributes to the balance of the landscape, reinforcing calm with each silent descent. The mountains themselves seem to inhale slowly, holding the night in their grasp. Wind travels along the ridges carefully, moving in long, unbroken currents that brush the snow without displacing it unnecessarily. The sound of air here is low and soft, a gentle hum that merges with the distant rhythm of flowing ice and hidden streams. The mountain allows the wind to pass, trusting it to follow the path of least disturbance. Below the peaks, glaciers advance with deliberate slowness. Ice moves steadily, guided by gravity and internal weight, yet its motion is almost imperceptible. Cracks and fissures remain frozen in place, holding their shape until the slow push of centuries allows subtle change. Even the smallest shift is deliberate, synchronized with the quiet breath of the surrounding night. Animals adapted to these harsh regions respond with instinctive care. Mountain goats rest on ledges, choosing the safest points of balance. Small rodents burrow beneath the snow, insulated from the cold and hidden from sight. Predators move slowly, observing rather than hunting. Each movement is calculated, conserving energy and maintaining safety. Above the peaks, the sky feels immense and uninterrupted. Stars shine clearly, their brilliance unaffected by distance or weather. The moon glows gently, casting a soft, even light across icy slopes. Shadows fall lightly, deepening the sense of calm rather than creating tension. Light here is quiet, guiding without demand. Deep beneath the surface, the Earth continues its steady pulse. Heat moves upward slowly through stone, stabilizing the cold above. Volcanic remnants rest dormant, releasing energy only in the form of subtle warmth. The mountains do not need sudden force to maintain life. Stability alone ensures continuity. Rivers formed from melted snow flow with patience, threading through valleys and over rocks. Water moves slowly, reflecting starlight and moonlight in faint glimmers. Ice along the edges thickens quietly, forming a barrier that absorbs sound and movement. The river becomes a gentle guide, reminding all life nearby to maintain balance. The night deepens further. Snow continues to settle, wind remains soft, and motion becomes rare. Mountains exhale slowly, absorbing the accumulated energy of the day and releasing it into night. Each ridge and valley becomes aligned with the rhythm of stillness. As you imagine this landscape, allow your own breathing to synchronize with it. Inhale deeply, holding gently. Exhale slowly, releasing tension. The mountains do not rush. Neither should you. Presence is enough. Calm is enough. The earth continues its rotation, carrying these peaks and valleys through the hours of deepest night. Temperature stabilizes, air remains soft, and water flows with discretion. Every element maintains its rhythm, guided by natural balance rather than external influence. Beyond these mountains, lower lands and frozen seas await. The journey of nature's breathing continues, moving seamlessly across varied landscapes, each responding in its own way, yet all united by the same quiet rhythm. The night remains long, patient, and restorative. As the night continues, the mountains gradually give way to valleys and plains where the wind moves freely again. Here, nature breathes in a gentler, more flowing rhythm. Air drifts smoothly over the land, carrying faint scents of pine, snow, and stone. The sound is soft and unbroken, almost as if the earth itself hums a quiet lullaby to accompany the night. Rivers win their way through these lower lands, fed by melting snow and hidden springs. Their waters move slowly, guided by gentle slopes, reflecting the faint glow of stars above. Ice may cling to edges and surfaces, but it does not hinder the flow. Water adapts gracefully, balancing its movement with the stillness around it. Forests reappear in pockets along the riverbanks. Trees here stand tall, their branches layered with snow or dew, absorbing the coolness of the night. Leaves rest without tremor, and trunks hold steady under the weight of frost. Each tree seems aware of its neighbors, forming a living network that breathes together in quiet harmony. Animals awaken from their hidden dens or continue to rest in safe spaces. Birds perch silently in the higher branches, their feathers fluffed to preserve warmth. Small mammals scurry only when necessary, moving gently to avoid startling others. Predators move with care, conserving energy while listening closely to the subtle movements of the environment. The wind continues to weave through the trees and across open lands. It rises slightly over hills and slopes, then falls gently into valleys, creating a soft rhythm that mirrors the slow inhalation and exhalation of the earth itself. Sound here is minimal, never harsh, and always blending into the greater quiet. The sky above these valleys remains vast and open. Stars continue to shine steadily, their reflections mirrored in still lakes and calm rivers. The moon hangs low or drifts higher, casting soft, consistent light that highlights contours of snow, stone, and water. Shadows form gently, shaping the night without tension or contrast. Snowflakes begin to fall in light, deliberate patterns. Each flake drifts downward, catching the faint glow of moonlight, settling softly on trees, rivers, and land. The snowfall muffles any remaining sound, creating a serene blanket that transforms the landscape into a quiet sanctuary. Motion becomes even more subtle, guided entirely by gravity and air currents. Beneath the surface, the earth continues its subtle movements. Heat from deep layers rises slowly, maintaining equilibrium even in the coldest regions. Glacial ice shifts imperceptibly, rivers adjust gently, and soil releases moisture in measured increments. Every system moves in concert, creating balance and maintaining the deep breath of the planet. The night here is not still in the sense of emptiness. It is filled with rhythm, with motion that is invisible or quiet. The world responds to the passage of time with patience and awareness, ensuring that life persists without urgency. There is harmony in this consistency, an assurance that every element is accounted for and supported. As you imagine these valleys under a sky full of stars, let your own awareness slow. Inhale gently, following the rhythm of wind and water. Exhale calmly, letting tension fade with the drifting snow. The land asks nothing, offering only presence and calm. You are allowed to rest within it. Rotation of the earth continues its silent work, moving night steadily across mountains, rivers, and forests. Each element responds predictably, creating a rhythm that extends beyond immediate perception. The breath of nature flows onward, guiding all things through the quiet hours. Beyond these valleys, plains, frozen seas, and distant mountain ranges wait patiently. The journey of the night continues, each landscape adding its own subtle rhythm, its own voice of calm, all in service of one quiet, restorative breath. As the night deepens further, the land opens into wider plains where wind and snow move with gentle freedom. The rhythm of the night is fully established here, slower and calmer than anywhere else before. Air drifts in long, soft currents, carrying with it faint scents of soil, pine, and distant water. Every movement feels deliberate, measured, and completely in harmony with the world around it. Snow falls lightly, each flake tracing a quiet path through the night air before settling softly on frozen grass and barren land. The ground becomes a smooth, white expanse, absorbing sound and motion. Footsteps or small movements leave temporary impressions, but even these are erased gently over time by new layers of snow. Silence here is not empty. It is full, balanced, and protective. Rivers that flow across these plains slow as well, guided by gentle slopes and partially frozen banks. Water glides beneath thin layers of ice, reflecting starlight in soft, diffused patterns. Currents move with patience, almost imperceptibly, adjusting to the subtle changes in temperature and wind. The rhythm of flowing water is like a quiet heartbeat within the frozen landscape. Trees scattered across these plains bend lightly under the weight of frost and snow. Branches hold steady, allowing only slight movements in response to the wind. Leaves and needles release stored warmth slowly, contributing to the overall balance of the environment. The forested patches act as quiet sentinels, breathing in harmony with the wider land. Animals move with extreme care. Small mammals scurry briefly to gather food or reposition themselves beneath protective layers of snow. Predators, sensing the stillness, move slowly, observing the world without rushing. Larger herbivores rest, their breath slow and steady, blending seamlessly with the rhythm of the night. Every movement is deliberate, conserving energy and preserving the calm around them. Above the land, the sky feels endless. Stars appear more brilliant against the cold, clear air, scattered across the darkness like distant fires. The moon hovers gently, casting soft, silver light that illuminates the snow and ice without creating harsh shadows. Clouds drift slowly, diffusing light and shadow into gentle gradients that relax the eye. The wind continues its patient journey. It rises slightly over small hills and dips into shallow valleys, moving softly, never forcefully. Its sound is a low, continuous hum that merges with the quiet of snow, ice, and water. Each gust is absorbed by the land, leaving the plains undisturbed yet alive with subtle motion. Beneath the frozen surface, Earth remains active. Heat rises from deep within, stabilizing the cold above. Ice shifts imperceptibly under its own weight. Rivers continue to flow beneath frozen crusts. Life persists quietly, sustained by balance rather than hurry. Every system maintains its rhythm, moving with patience that is older than time. The night here feels expansive. Silence stretches wide and deep, yet it carries rhythm and presence. The world is aligned, every element responding in a measured, deliberate way. The earth breathes slowly, and in this, it invites all living beings to do the same. As you imagine these plains under the quiet night, allow your own thoughts and breath to follow. Inhale calmly, expanding gently. Exhale softly, releasing tension into the snow. There is no need to hold anything. Stillness is enough, and calm is sufficient. The rotation of the earth continues, moving these plains and the surrounding landscapes through the heart of the night. The breath of nature flows onward, connecting plains, rivers, forests, and mountains in a seamless cycle of gentle movement and quiet observation. Beyond these plains, distant ice seas and snow-covered mountains await. The journey of nature's breath continues, weaving through landscapes in an endless rhythm of calm, guiding everything toward deeper rest. As the plains gradually transition toward distant ice seas, the air grows colder, carrying a subtle, crisp freshness that seems to awaken the senses without urgency. Here, the night stretches endlessly, and the silence is profound yet gentle, a quiet blanket that covers every surface. Snow and frost sparkle faintly in the moonlight, softening every ridge and hollow along the frozen shorelines. Ice begins to dominate the landscape. Sheets stretch across the surface of lakes and shallow waters, glinting under the pale moonlight. The frozen surfaces reflect stars in fragmented patterns, creating tiny, shifting points of light that dance slowly as the ice breathes with subtle movement beneath. The ocean or lake here does not roar. It whispers in a voice only perceptible to those who listen quietly. Wind schemes across the icy expanses, careful not to disturb the fragile layers. It moves in long, unbroken currents, rising over ridges and dipping into shallow valleys. The sound is faint, almost melodic, carrying a soft rhythm that merges seamlessly with the stillness of ice and snow. Each gust is a gentle exhale, harmonizing with the slow breath of the frozen water. Beneath the ice, life persists in hidden currents. Fish and other aquatic creatures move slowly, conserving energy, gliding with deliberate, graceful motion. The flow of water beneath frozen surfaces continues, guided by gravity and warmth rising from the earth. Ice does not halt life. It protects and sustains it, maintaining a quiet, continuous rhythm. Animals adapted to these harsh environments respond with instinctive care. Small mammals burrow beneath thick snow or ice, conserving warmth and energy. Larger predators move cautiously across frozen surfaces, their movements slow and precise. Every action is deliberate, conserving life's energy while preserving the calm of the surrounding night. Above the frozen waters, the sky stretches endlessly. Stars shine with sharp brilliance, scattered evenly across the vast darkness. The moon casts a gentle glow over ice and snow, illuminating without harshness. Clouds drift lazily, diffusing light and shadow, creating soft gradients that soothe the eyes and calm the mind. Snowflakes occasionally fall, carried lightly by the wind. Each flake drifts slowly, settling gently on ice, snow, and stone. This subtle motion adds texture to the quiet landscape, softening edges and muffling the faint sounds of movement below. The world feels protected and held, as if the night itself is breathing in sync with the frozen expanse. Temperature stabilizes gradually. Cold air sinks toward the ice while warmer air rises slowly from deeper layers. This subtle exchange refreshes the frozen surfaces without disrupting the balance. Ice, snow, and water exist in harmony, each responding to the gentle rhythms of the night. The landscape is minimalistic yet full of life. The frozen sea seems endless, stretching beyond sight, yet it is alive with subtle motion. Each ripple beneath the ice, each shifting snowflake, contributes to the greater rhythm. The environment maintains equilibrium without effort, guided by balance and patience. As you imagine this icy expanse under a sky filled with stars, allow your own breathing to align with the slow, deliberate motion of water and air. Inhale deeply, letting calm expand. Exhale softly, releasing tension and noise. Presence alone is sufficient. Stillness is enough. The rotation of the earth continues, moving ice seas, snow-covered plains, and distant mountains steadily through the night. The breath of nature flows uninterrupted, connecting water, air, and land into a seamless cycle of calm, guiding every system toward rest and restoration. Beyond this frozen landscape, distant mountain ranges and forests await, each carrying its own rhythm of stillness and patience. The journey continues, a continuous, gentle flow across diverse terrains, teaching balance, harmony, and quiet endurance. Beyond the frozen seas, the land begins to rise again, forming ice-capped mountains that pierce the night sky. Their peaks glisten under the moonlight, reflecting pale silver across snow-laden slopes. The air here is stiller, heavier with cold, yet it moves with a quiet grace that carries the breath of night upward into the vast sky. Snow drifts gently along the mountain ridges, softening sharp edges and filling cracks and crevices with patient care. Each flake falls deliberately, adding to layers that absorb sound and reduce motion. The mountains themselves seem to exhale slowly, releasing the energy of the day and embracing the stillness of night. Wind navigates these high altitudes with caution. It rises over peaks, dips into valleys, and curves gently around ridges. The sound is soft and continuous, a quiet melody that complements the rhythm of the snow and ice. Every gust is measured, never violent, contributing to the serenity of the frozen heights. Below the peaks, glaciers move slowly, like invisible rivers of ice. Their movement is deliberate and precise, guided by gravity and the weight of centuries. Cracks and fissures appear briefly, then settle, maintaining the balance of the landscape. Ice does not rush. It knows the importance of patience. Animals adapted to these frigid heights respond instinctively. Mountain goats pause on ledges, resting securely, while smaller mammals burrow beneath thick snow. Predators tread lightly, moving slowly and deliberately. Every life form conserves energy and observes its surroundings, maintaining harmony with the environment. The sky above the mountains feels immense. Stars shine steadily, scattered across the dark expanse. The moon casts soft light that highlights snow, ice, and stone, creating gentle contrasts that are soothing rather than sharp. Clouds drift lazily, spreading subtle shadows that deepen the sense of calm. Hidden warmth from deep within the mountains rises slowly, stabilizing the frozen surface. Volcanic remnants rest dormant, releasing energy only in controlled measures. Ice and stone coexist in balance, creating an environment where life can persist even in extreme conditions. Snowfalls increase subtly, guided by wind currents that shape each flake's path. The landscape absorbs every touch, muffling noise and creating a deep sense of protection. The mountains, glaciers, and ice flows seem alive with quiet awareness, breathing slowly in sync with the night. Rivers of meltwater form beneath glaciers, flowing silently along smooth stone channels. Water is careful, moving slowly and reflecting faint moonlight in soft patterns. Ice along the edges thickens steadily, ensuring stability. Life below remains active yet calm, synchronized with the rhythm of the environment. The night grows heavier with stillness. Sound fades further, motion diminishes, and the mountains embrace their role as patient guardians of the frozen expanse. Every element participates in a quiet symphony of balance, guiding the land toward deeper rest. As you imagine standing among these ice-capped peaks, let your own awareness settle. Breathe slowly, in rhythm with the mountains and glaciers. Inhale gently, exhale fully. Allow the vast stillness to permeate your mind, carrying tension away and leaving only calm presence. The Earth continues its rotation, moving peaks, valleys, and ice seas steadily through the night. Wind, snow, ice, and water all respond predictably, sustaining a deep, uninterrupted rhythm. The breath of nature flows seamlessly, connecting high mountains with frozen seas and distant plains. Beyond these peaks, softer slopes and hidden valleys await, where the night's calm continues to spread. The journey of nature's breath persists, guiding every landscape toward harmony, patience, and restorative quiet. Descending gently from the ice-capped peaks, the landscape transforms into deep valleys where wind flows with subtle freedom. Here, the mountains shelter the land below, creating spaces where air moves softly and snow settles in quiet patterns. Every slope and hollow is shaped by time, patience, and the delicate balance of nature's rhythm. The snow in these valleys accumulates slowly, layer by layer, absorbing sound and softening motion. The surface becomes smooth, almost liquid in its tranquility, reflecting the dim moonlight in gentle shades of silver and blue. Even small movements, like the drift of a snowflake or the faint shifting of ice beneath the surface, contribute to the quiet symphony of the night. Wind weaves carefully through the valleys, tracing the contours of hills, cliffs, and frozen streams. It moves without haste, rising slightly over gentle slopes and settling in depressions where air cools and becomes still. The sound of the wind is a low, calming hum, blending seamlessly with the faint crackle of snow settling and the distant flow of water beneath ice. Rivers meander slowly through these hidden valleys. Ice forms gradually along their edges, thickening silently while the water below continues its patient journey. The streams reflect starlight in subtle patterns, flickering briefly before dissolving again into the calm. Their movement is barely perceptible, yet essential, guiding the land toward balance and supporting life in unseen ways. Forests reappear in pockets along these valleys. Trees bend slightly under frost and snow, their branches releasing warmth slowly into the night air. Leaves and needles sway gently with the faint wind, producing soft whispers that echo the rhythm of flowing water and drifting snow. The forest here breathes with the valleys, creating a unified pattern of quiet motion. Animals navigate this serene environment with instinctive precision. Small mammals scurry briefly to gather sustenance or shift position beneath snow cover. Predators move cautiously, conserving energy while observing the landscape. Larger herbivores rest among rocks and trees, their breathing steady and synchronized with the world around them. Life flows here with patience, respecting the stillness that envelopes the valleys. Above, the night sky stretches endlessly. Stars shine steadily, their brilliance reflected faintly in ice, snow, and water. The moon casts gentle light, illuminating the contours of the valleys and guiding the eye across frozen streams, snow-laden trees, and distant ridges. Shadows fall softly, deepening the sense of tranquility without harsh contrast. Temperature stabilizes as the valleys absorb the cold of the night. Air close to the ground is calm and dense, while slightly warmer layers drift higher, creating subtle circulation that maintains equilibrium. The Earth's breath here is slow, deliberate, and precise, guiding the night toward deeper rest. Hidden beneath snow and ice, life continues quietly. Roots exchange nutrients, aquatic plants sway gently in frozen waters, and subterranean creatures move carefully in their insulated environments. All systems operate in harmony, maintaining balance without sudden movement or disruption. Snow continues to fall, drifting lazily from the sky. Each flake contributes to the silent rhythm of the night, layering over past snowfalls and creating a landscape that feels timeless and serene. The valleys seem alive with quiet awareness, breathing in sync with wind, water, ice, and life. As you imagine these hidden valleys under the calm night sky, allow your own breath to follow the rhythm of the land. Inhale slowly, expanding gently. Exhale softly, releasing tension. Stillness and patience are enough. Presence is sufficient. The earth rotates steadily, carrying valleys, mountains, and ice-capped peaks through the quiet hours. Every element moves in concert, maintaining equilibrium and supporting the deep, restorative rhythm of nature's breath. Beyond these valleys, plains, frozen seas, and distant forests await, each continuing the journey of calm, patient motion. The night stretches onward, carrying the landscape and all its inhabitants deeper into serenity. Beyond the valleys, the landscape slowly rises into gentle hills that roll beneath the moonlight. These hills are softer than mountains, their slopes smooth and welcoming, covered with thin layers of snow and frost. The wind moves more freely here, flowing over and around each gentle curve, carrying the quiet rhythm of the night across the land. Snow settles carefully on every surface, smoothing rough textures and muffling sound. The hills seem to breathe slowly, inhaling the cold air and exhaling warmth that rises from the earth. Each slope holds its shape effortlessly, creating a sense of balance that encourages calm and stillness. Rivers and streams meander along the hillsides, guided by gentle gradients. Water flows beneath thin ice or along open channels, reflecting starlight in soft glimmers that flicker and fade with subtle currents. The movement is slow and deliberate, a quiet heartbeat that resonates throughout the landscape. Wind traces delicate paths along the ridges and valleys between hills. It rises slightly, then falls gently, tracing the contours of land with minimal disturbance. Its sound is low, continuous, and soothing, blending with the faint rustle of snow and the soft trickle of water. Every motion reinforces the serenity of the night. Forest of the hills in scattered patches. Trees bend lightly under frost and snow, their branches releasing stored warmth slowly. Leaves and needles sway with minimal movement, creating soft whispers that echo the rhythm of wind, water, and snow. Life here adjusts seamlessly to the night, conserving energy while maintaining gentle awareness. Animals respond instinctively to the tranquility. Small mammals scurry briefly beneath protective snow layers. Predators move with care, observing without urgency. Larger herbivores rest or move slowly across hills, blending their breathing and rhythm with the surrounding environment. Every life form participates in the calm, maintaining the balance of night. The sky above stretches wide and clear. Stars shine steadily, their light scattered across the dark expanse. The moon glows softly, casting silver reflections on snow and water, illuminating the gentle contours of hills and forests without creating harsh shadows. Clouds drift slowly, diffusing light and enhancing the sense of tranquility. Temperature stabilizes naturally across the landscape. Cold air settles into depressions, while warmer layers rise gradually from below. This subtle exchange maintains equilibrium, ensuring that snow, ice, water, and land coexist in balance. The breath of nature here is deliberate and unhurried. Hidden beneath the snow, ice, and soil, life continues quietly. Roots exchange nutrients slowly, water flows beneath ice, and subterranean creatures move cautiously within insulated spaces. Every system remains in harmony, contributing to the deeper rhythm of the night. Snow continues to fall lightly, drifting down in patterns shaped by gentle wind currents. Each flake adds to the quiet stillness, softening the landscape and enhancing the sense of calm. The hills seem alive with patient awareness, breathing slowly in sync with wind, water, and life. As you imagine these rolling hills under the soft glow of moonlight, allow your own breath to mirror the rhythm of the land. Inhale slowly and deeply, then exhale gently. Let tension dissolve and awareness settle. Stillness is sufficient, and presence is enough. The earth rotates steadily, carrying hills, valleys, rivers, and forests through the quiet night. Every element moves in harmony, sustaining equilibrium and nurturing the restorative rhythm of nature's breath. Beyond these hills, vast plains, frozen seas, and distant mountains await, each continuing the journey of calm, slow motion, and serene balance. The night stretches onward, guiding the landscape and all its inhabitants into deeper rest and tranquility. As the hills fade into distance, the landscape opens into vast plains that stretch toward the horizon. The air here is lighter, freer, carrying the faint scent of snow, earth, and distant water. The night feels expansive, embracing both land and sky, allowing every element to move with gentle ease. Wind drifts smoothly, traveling over the plains in long, unhurried currents, touching everything lightly without force. Snowflakes fall intermittently, drifting downward like slow, deliberate dancers. They settle softly upon the plains, smoothing contours and muffling sounds. Each flake contributes to the quiet, layering the landscape in soft silence. Even the tracks of animals or the ripple of water fade gradually beneath the patient accumulation of snow. Rivers and streams meander slowly through the plains, guided by gentle slopes and partially frozen banks. Water moves beneath thin ice, reflecting moonlight in delicate, shifting patterns. Currents flow with patient intent, barely perceptible yet essential, carrying life and energy in a rhythm synchronized with the night. Wind travels across the plains, rising slightly over small ridges and dipping into shallow depressions. Its sound is low, continuous, and calming, merging seamlessly with the faint trickle of rivers and the whisper of drifting snow. The plains respond with quiet balance, accepting every movement without resistance. Scattered patches of trees and shrubs dot the open land, bending lightly under frost and snow. Branches sway with minimal movement, releasing warmth slowly into the surrounding air. The forested patches breathe in harmony with the plains, creating subtle pockets of shelter and calm within the wide open space. Animals move cautiously across the plains. Small mammals scurry briefly beneath snow cover, conserving energy while seeking warmth. Predators move slowly and deliberately, observing the world without urgency. Larger herbivores rest or wander gently, blending their breathing with the rhythm of wind, water, and snow. Life here participates in the night's calm, each movement contributing to the balance of the landscape. The sky above feels immense. Stars shine with clear brilliance against the dark expanse, mirrored faintly in icy streams or patches of snow. The moon glows softly, illuminating the plains without harsh contrast. Clouds drift lazily, diffusing light and shadow, creating a visual rhythm that soothes the eyes and calms the mind. Temperature stabilizes naturally across the wide expanse. Cold air settles evenly, while slightly warmer layers drift upward, maintaining equilibrium. Snow, ice, water, and soil coexist in harmony, each responding to the subtle rhythm of the night. Beneath the surface, life continues quietly. Roots exchange nutrients, streams flow under ice, and subterranean creatures move with cautious awareness. All systems work in harmony, maintaining the slow, restorative rhythm of nature's breath. Snow continues to fall lightly, adding texture and softness to the plains. Each flake reinforces the sense of stillness and calm, reminding every living being that rest is possible and welcome. The land seems alive with patience, moving imperceptibly yet purposefully with the quiet flow of the night. As you imagine standing on these endless plains, allow your own breath to synchronize with the rhythm of the land. Inhale deeply, exhale gently. Let tension fade and awareness settle. Presence is enough, and stillness is sufficient. The earth rotates steadily, carrying plains, rivers, forests, and distant mountains through the quiet night. Every element moves in harmony, sustaining equilibrium and deepening the restorative rhythm of the environment. Beyond these plains, ice seas, frozen valleys, and hidden forests await, each participating in the journey of calm, measured motion, and serene balance. The night stretches onward, carrying the landscape and all life within it into deeper rest and renewal. As the plains stretch further into the distance, the landscape gradually meets the edge of distant forests, where trees grow denser and shadows deepen. The night air here feels cooler, carrying the soft, earthy scent of pine, damp soil, and frost. Wind flows more gently among the trees, navigating each branch and leaf with care, creating a subtle rhythm that blends seamlessly with the environment. Snow continues to fall lightly, drifting down between the trees and settling on branches, trunks, and the forest floor. Each flake adds a delicate layer, softening textures, muffling sound, and enhancing the sense of calm. The forest seems alive with quiet awareness, every element breathing in unison with the night. Beneath the canopy, streams trickle slowly, guided by the gentle slope of the land. Some water runs beneath thin ice, moving silently and reflecting glimpses of moonlight. The sound of flowing water is soft, barely perceptible, but contributes to the soothing rhythm that fills the forest. Even the smallest movement feels intentional, part of the broader harmony of night. Animals in the forest respond with instinctive care. Small mammals scurry briefly along hidden paths, burrowing beneath snow or leaf litter to preserve warmth. Predators move slowly and deliberately, observing without urgency. Birds rest silently in higher branches, feathers fluffed to conserve heat, their breathing soft and rhythmic. Every creature participates in the calm, guided by the steady rhythm of the forest. The wind glides through the trees, rising and falling as it follows the contours of branches and trunks. Its sound is soft and continuous, like a distant whisper that seems to echo from every corner of the forest. Leaves rustle only minimally, adding texture to the overall calm rather than breaking it. The movement is deliberate and measured, encouraging a deep sense of presence and serenity. Above the forest, the sky remains vast and clear. Stars shine steadily, their light filtering through gaps in the canopy and casting soft patterns on snow-covered ground. The moon casts gentle illumination, highlighting textures and shapes without creating harsh shadows. Clouds drift slowly, diffusing light and deepening the sense of tranquility. Temperature stabilizes naturally in the forest. Cold air sinks into low areas, while slightly warmer layers rise near the canopy. This subtle balance maintains the stillness and harmony of the environment. Snow, ice, water, and vegetation coexist effortlessly, responding to the gentle rhythm of night without abrupt change. Hidden beneath snow, ice, and soil, life continues quietly. Roots absorb nutrients, streams flow beneath ice, and small creatures move cautiously within insulated spaces. All systems remain in harmony, sustaining the slow, restorative rhythm of nature's breath. Snowfall continues intermittently, each flake settling carefully on the forest floor and branches. The forest absorbs these touches, muffling sound and reinforcing the quiet atmosphere. Every element seems attuned to the night, moving imperceptibly yet with purpose, sustaining balance across the landscape. As you imagine walking through these quiet forests, allow your own breath to follow the rhythm of the land. Inhale slowly and deeply, exhale gently. Let the stillness of the night surround you, releasing tension and inviting calm. Presence is sufficient, and tranquility is enough. The earth rotates steadily, carrying forests, plains, rivers, and distant mountains through the deep hours of night. Every element moves in harmony, maintaining equilibrium and supporting the restorative cycle of the night. Beyond these forests, frozen seas, distant hills, and hidden valleys await, each participating in the continuous flow of calm, measured motion, and serene balance. The night extends onward, guiding the landscape and all life toward deeper rest and quiet rejuvenation. Beyond the forests, the landscape gently opens into the edge of a vast night sea, where the water meets the distant horizon in a quiet, unbroken line. The air here carries the soft, salty scent of the ocean, mixed with the crisp chill of night. Wind travels slowly over the waves, moving in long, smooth arcs that ripple gently across the surface. The sound of the sea is faint and soothing, a continuous murmur that blends seamlessly with the rhythm of night. The waves rise and fall with patient grace. Each movement is deliberate, flowing without hurry or force. Moonlight reflects off the crests, creating shimmering streaks that drift and fade slowly, like silver threads woven across the darkness. Water is alive, yet restrained, guided by the steady pull of tides and the deep, quiet pulse of the earth beneath. Along the shoreline, sand and rock are coated with a light dusting of frost or snow. The land absorbs the touch of the waves, softening edges and muffling any noise. Tide pools form small, still mirrors reflecting the stars above, capturing the quiet beauty of the night in miniature landscapes. Even the smallest ripple in these pools feels intentional, part of the larger rhythm of ocean and sky. Wind passes over the night sea with gentle persistence. It lifts small waves and bends distant reeds or coastal grasses, moving without violence or disruption. The sound is soft and continuous, a lullaby in the key of calm. It is both presence and absence, felt as much as heard, guiding the motion of water and air in harmony. The sky above is vast and uninterrupted. Stars shimmer with clear brilliance, mirrored faintly on the calm surface of the sea. The moon hangs high, casting soft, silver illumination across the water, highlighting waves, sand, and ice alike. Clouds drift lazily, filtering light and shadow into gentle gradients that soothe the eye and calm the mind. Sea creatures move quietly beneath the surface. Fish glide in measured strokes, conserving energy while responding to the currents. Larger animals move deliberately, guided by instinct and the subtle rhythm of the ocean. Life continues unseen but fully present, attuned to the slow, patient pulse of the water above. The night grows heavier with stillness. Waves, wind, and life exist in perfect balance, each movement supporting the rhythm of the whole. Sound diminishes, yet every element seems aware, contributing to a profound sense of peace. The ocean breathes slowly, inhaling and exhaling in quiet alignment with the earth itself. Temperature stabilizes along the shoreline and sea. Cold air moves gently over water and land, while warmer currents rise subtly from deeper layers. Ice forms along edges of the shore or floats in shallow coves, contributing to the delicate balance of motion and stillness. Every system moves with purpose, yet without urgency. Snow may drift lightly across the surface, settling on sand, rock, and water with gentle precision. Flakes dissolve quietly, blending into the broader rhythm of wind, waves, and night. The landscape feels held, protected, and entirely at ease. Every element is part of the continuous, restorative cycle of nature. As you imagine standing at the edge of this night sea, let your own breath synchronize with the rhythm of waves and wind. Inhale slowly, expanding gently. Exhale softly, releasing tension and allowing calm to settle. Presence alone is enough, stillness sufficient. The earth rotates steadily, carrying ocean, shoreline, forests, and distant mountains through the depths of night. The breath of nature flows uninterrupted, connecting water, wind, land, and life into one seamless, tranquil cycle. The night stretches onward, preparing all landscapes and inhabitants for rest, renewal, and gentle awakening. Beyond this night sea, distant horizons and hidden lands await, each participating in the quiet, measured motion of the Earth's continuous breath. The journey of calm, patience, and serenity continues, extending into every corner of the world. The night has traveled far across mountains, forests, plains, and frozen seas, carrying every element along its gentle, continuous path. Now, at the edge of this journey, the landscape opens into a place where all the rhythms of nature converge, a harmonious union of wind, water, ice, trees, and life. Here, the night's breath is at its deepest, most serene, embracing everything with unbroken calm. Snow and ice glimmer faintly in the pale light of the moon. Each flake, each crystal, contributes to a quiet tapestry that softens shapes, muffles sounds, and holds the world in balance. Snowfall continues with deliberate patience, settling on mountains, forests, rivers, and plains alike. Every surface receives it equally, absorbing motion and reinforcing stillness. Rivers and streams flow calmly beneath ice, guided by the slow pull of gravity. Water moves with purpose but without haste, reflecting the starlight above in delicate, shifting patterns. The rhythm of flowing water merges seamlessly with the gentle hum of wind, the soft rustle of leaves, and the subtle sigh of distant waves. Life beneath the surface continues quietly, protected and sustained by these slow, deliberate motions. Wind moves gracefully across the land, rising over ridges, falling into valleys, and sweeping along the surfaces of frozen seas. Its sound is constant yet gentle, a soft chorus that carries the breath of the night. Every gust is measured, never disruptive, echoing the patience of the world and guiding the elements in harmony with one another. Animals in every part of the landscape participate in this tranquil rhythm. Predators rest alongside prey, conserving energy in the stillness. Birds huddle quietly among frost-covered branches. Fish glide beneath frozen surfaces, moving without haste. Even the smallest creatures adapt to the slow cadence, their movements deliberate, synchronized with the pulse of night. Life flows effortlessly here, fully integrated into the calm. The sky above stretches infinitely, studded with stars that sparkle steadily. The moon bathes the land in silver light, illuminating snow, ice, and water with soft brilliance. Clouds drift lazily, casting subtle shadows that enhance the sense of depth and tranquility. The light is gentle, never demanding attention, and invites the mind to wander freely into relaxation. Temperature balances naturally, blending cold air with the subtle warmth rising from Earth. Snow and ice absorb and release energy in measured amounts, maintaining equilibrium across mountains, plains, forests, and seas. Every element contributes to a synchronized system of motion and rest, creating the perfect conditions for deep calm. Hidden beneath snow, ice, and soil, life persists in quiet harmony. Roots draw nutrients steadily, streams flow beneath frozen crusts, and small animals move cautiously within insulated spaces. Even in darkness and cold, every system functions with patience, sustaining life while preserving the stillness of the environment. The night feels boundless here. Every movement, every breath, is part of a larger, unified rhythm. Rivers, wind, ice, and forests respond to one another, creating a continuous cycle of motion and rest. The earth itself seems to breathe, inhaling and exhaling slowly, guiding all landscapes toward equilibrium and restorative calm. As you imagine this final convergence of mountains, seas, plains, and forests, Let your own breath align with the rhythm of the earth. Inhale slowly, fully, allowing calm to expand. Exhale gently, releasing every trace of tension. Presence is enough. Stillness is sufficient. The night holds you, fully and unconditionally. The rotation of the earth continues its steady work, moving every landscape, every body of water, and every living being through the quiet hours. Wind flows, rivers glide, snow falls, and life responds in perfect harmony. The world is in balance, held by forces older than memory, deeper than thought, and infinitely patient. Now, as this final section draws to its close, the land rests in complete serenity. Mountains, valleys, forests, plains, ice seas, and rivers exist in calm unison. The night has carried everything through its gentle, uninterrupted rhythm. Life persists, fully supported, and every element is synchronized with the slow, restorative pulse of the earth. As you drift alongside this endless journey, feel the calm penetrate every part of your being. Allow your mind to slow, your muscles to release, and your thoughts to settle. Night has arrived at its deepest point, and with it comes the perfect invitation to rest, to sleep, and to rejuvenate. The cycle of nature continues beyond sight, beyond perception, yet its rhythm is present, guiding, and unwavering. Mountains, forests, plains, seas, and skies all breathe together in silent unity. The night, patient and eternal, enfolds everything in its gentle embrace, and in this embrace, you too are held. The journey concludes, not with an ending, but with continuation, a seamless flow of calm that persists beyond the borders of imagination. In the stillness of night, under starlight and moonlight, the world sleeps, restored and patient, and you are a part of this infinite serenity.